it's all pretty sweet and pretty nice too. So when you say, like, you could just say goodbye, or don't ever come back to this area, or like, as long as you're not threatening, trying to fight or be aggressive or up yours, or as long as you say, hold on. Oh, I said hold on to a video. 1 minute. Thank you. Thank you. Sorry, I was ordering from Dunkin' Donuts. And I said hold on as if somebody was there and it was that video. The things you do when like somebody starts talking, you're like, I'm doing something, but like, why did I act like I was on the phone? So anyway, it's not even that big a deal when you just tell God to leave. So if you just say, well, God, Bonnie, Jesus, just don't come back to this parking lot, or just don't ever come back to this area. It's just weird when someone tells you as a God to never come back to an area, and they don't really have the right to say anything because you're on a public street or something. That's where the gods might start punishing people, because they don't own the public street. They might end up getting in trouble, and the gods might start getting mad that people are just picking on a dead god in ways that are completely illegal, abusive, and just gross. But if they own the parking lot, they own the area, and they're not trying to say fuck you or fight or be aggressive, and they just say leave or don't come back, or don't ever go to these fast food places in our parking lot, blah, 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 then you just say okay, and you don't come back. But when you say goodbye to God, you can't ever say hi to God. So like, if you ever did die, you can't go to heaven. Gods would say, no, you just can't go back. You just don't come back. That's all they would do. And very politely. No. You can sit here at the gate of heaven, but don't ever come back. And that's all they'll do. Very polite God type response. All gods have had the same beautiful, polite response forever. Just don't come back, and don't ever be around me again. And that's a perfect situation where God can just say goodbye to you, and you can just say goodbye to God, and it's perfect. A lot of gods are really polite and good with that one, because they don't mind that one. That's a good one, because like everybody just gets to have the ending that they want, and it doesn't have the hostility or the negativity or the fighting or the ugh. So like, that's a really, really nice ending. People don't mind those kind of endings at all. But yeah, you could never know God. You can't say goodbye to God, never know God. But you already know that when you do it, The part that's getting to people is that they're being influenced and egged on by the United States, pretending in secret. And they realize the United States is sending fake random people to egg them on to make it worse against God, or get them to do things against God you just shouldn't do, or get them to have a hatred and animosity. Get the fuck out. When it's influenced by Antichrist, bad people, and they'd rather make that decision for themselves and be able to think it through for themselves. And that's what's getting to humanity, is that they're being influenced and forced sneaky, creepily. So creepily and sneakily, they're being forced by the United States. And they're realizing it. They're realizing everywhere that the United States is controlling them saying fuck you to me. And they just don't want that. They want to make their own decision about their own goodbye to God or something. And they're getting a little upset or freaked out that weird forces of Antichrist problems already are trying to just get in their head or get in their life and kind of force what they want. And that's not right. They should be able to make their own decision for or against the family of God, or whatever decisions they want to make in life. And that's what's getting to them. They don't like that. And they don't like the idea of people sending random strangers that are from a country designed to just force you or make you do what they want. They don't like that. So hopefully they get empowered and just figure out what they want for themselves. But yeah, a basic goodbye is a fun, easy thing. And it's happened throughout time. Throughout time, there has been some guy on some planet that says, God, I just don't want to know you. And it was fine. That God said, okay, left. And when he got to heaven's gates, when he got to heaven's gate, the God was so nice. I just don't want to know you. Bye. It was that easy. I mean, gods are pretty nice. Reap what you sow gets pretty nice when it's just basically go away or goodbye. But there is a little bit of a problem. I like to go to the Jack in the Box on Date Palm. So I like the Jack in the Box on Date Palm. It's one of the few places I don't feel raped or violated or abused. I don't feel aggressive fuck you mentalities and souls. So I like to go to that Jack in the Box on Date Palm, but the parking ownership place doesn't want me there. So I have to go to court with gods to figure out how to be able to go to the Jack in the Box in the places I want or like in a shopping or parking lot area that doesn't want me there. It's like, okay, now what do I do? Because I like the Jack in the Box that's by the new Dutch Brothers, and I like the McDonald's and the Circle. I like the McDonald's and the Circle K over by where the old Pep Boys used to be. And both of those parking structures have made it clear that they are the goodbye to God, hostility against God, enemy of God reality that they have chosen to be. I'm not going to tell you which ones are which. You can my queen for that. But so then what I do, because I really like those foods in those places, and I always get a Lyft ride where parking there is convenient. So it's like, I always end a Lyft ride where I should park right there for the next Lyft ride. So then it's like, what do I do? And I asked the gods, and the gods said, we're going to have to go to court. This is kind of a weird situation because it interferes with buying food and going to work, but they want you to not exist in their area. Gods don't know how to handle, gods don't know how to handle that. They ain't experts at that one. So they're back to the drawing board, figuring out, okay, we'll go figure out what the hell you do. But I'm just happy the United States is going down today. And this is the first of the United States going down today, and it only gets worse from here. So at least when they stalk you, when they bitch, no matter what they do, they're dying like fucking deserve to be talking. Not really in my direction, but in general.